Mayor Lurie meets Eileen Gu. Plus, concerns after Tenderloin Bodyguard fight. It was a busy Saturday night in Chinatown, as massive crowds turned out for the Chinese New Year parade. Numerous elected luminaries and political hopefuls shook hands and posed for photos, but they all paled in comparison to Olympic star Eileen Gu, who served as Grand Marshal for the event. At 8:45 p.m., Gu and Mayor Daniel Lurie, who had finished the parade separately, appeared together to light the firecrackers, marking the end of the procession. While Lurie has largely tried to avoid partisan rock fights during his time as mayor, Gu remains a geopolitical Rorschach test. The Olympian, who was born in San Francisco, recently took home multiple medals for China, her mother's home country, inflaming some U.S. conservatives. On the mayor's Instagram, opens a new tab. He and Gu kept things positive and focused on their hometown, though the comment section was more mixed. But the night wasn't done yet. After the firecrackers, partygoers headed to the after-party banquet. Only a handful of elected officials who still had energy left showed up. Lurie, District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, Board of Supervisors President Raphael Mandelman and Supervisor Cheyenne Chen. And none are even on the ballot this year. As Lurie poured Treasure Island-made Gold Bar whiskey for guests, newly appointed Police Chief Derek Liu had another duty, carrying on the annual tradition of delivering an exaggerated estimate of the parade crowd. "I know we broke 1 million, I think," Liu said. "I'm told 1.28 million. Cheers erupted, as the figure equals the entire population of San Francisco and Oakland, combined. And who else was partying hard? Crypto billionaire Chris Layson, who wore a shiny gold suit and sunglasses, and rolled in on a cuttlefish-themed float with dances and music. The weather was phenomenal, Layson told Power Play at the after-party. Everybody looked happy, relaxed, celebratory. As reporters left the event, a familiar figure was spotted walking alone in blinking red shoes. Former Mayor Willie Brown, 91, who was heading home for the night. Mano NTHE Street. Everyone's seen the video by now. Lurie, hands in his pockets, walks away from his police security detail, which was in a physical brawl with a man in the Tenderloin. The now viral clip has spiraled across the interwebs, with San Francisco's ideological opponents using it to portray the city as out of control. The incident has raised some important questions. Why did the mayor exit his vehicle in the first place? And will he continue to step out onto the city's streets, as has been known to do over the past year, having candid moments with the city's homeless residents? The mayor's office has declined to comment on these questions. At City Hall on Friday, Lurie told reporters, "I feel like the people who are on our streets are part of my business," according to the San Francisco Chronicle. "I was worried about them, and I was worried about the safety of pedestrians and cars coming." 3 security experts who spoke with the Standard said the mayor's exiting of the vehicle on Thursday violated protocol. "It was a failure of basic protective methodologies," said Don Mihalek, a former senior Secret Service agent and former Presidio Park police officer. "He should have never gotten out of the car." Caleb Gilbert, a Silicon Valley-based executive protection expert, concurred. "I've never seen a protocol where that is appropriate," he said. Retired San Francisco police officer Paul Lozado, who runs Exodus Protection Group, said, "I understand that Mayor Lurie is a very public figure and wants to be out in the open and wants to hold babies. But when you are dealing with the homeless community in very crime-ridden areas of the city, you have to treat him like he is the president." Thursday's dust-up, which happened the same day as a shocking daylight stabbing in Chinatown, opens a new tab, is also challenging the mayor's public relations strategy for the city. Lurie has been relentless with his message that San Francisco is back, and has even thrown roughly $1 million of his own money into that project. While Thursday's events may not be a representation of the city as a whole, tell that to your uncle in the Midwest who's watching the videos on his Facebook account. Gabe Greschler. Upzoning love. Remember Lurie's family zoning fight? The plan, approved in December after a bruising political battle, aims to bring denser housing to the city's western and northern neighborhoods. The issue has become a talking point for some candidates to run against incumbent supervisors, District 2's Stephen Sherrill and District 4's Alan Wong, both of whom backed the family zoning plan. But a new poll suggests the policy may be more popular than critics claim. The survey, conducted by the moderate political group Grow SF, which supports both Sherrill and Wong, found that zoning changes in their districts are broadly well received. The poll surveyed 400 likely voters in each district and found that 84% opens in new tab, of District 2 voters support upzoning. Even the controversial Marina Safeway project received 58% support. In District 4, 65% of voters, opens in new tab, back the zoning plan. Plus, concerns after Tenderloin Bodyguard fight. San Francisco is a city that often finds itself at the intersection of politics, culture, and controversy. On one day, a meeting between a newly influential mayor and a global sports icon captured the city's hopeful side. On another, a violent altercation in the Tenderloin neighborhood reminded residents of ongoing safety concerns. Together, these moments reveal a city wrestling with both inspiration and uncertainty. A meeting of influence and inspiration. When Mayor Daniel Lurie met Olympic freestyle skiing champion Eileen, the atmosphere was far from the tense debates often associated with City Hall. Instead, it felt more like a conversation about possibility. Who has become one of the most recognizable athletes in the world, arrived in San Francisco for a series of community engagements and youth programs. Known not only for her gold medals but also for her advocacy for young athletes and education, Gu's presence attracted widespread attention. Mayor Lurie welcomed her at a public event focused on youth development and sports opportunities. The meeting was symbolic in many ways. GU represents a generation that blends global influence with local roots, while Lurie represents a new political chapter for San Francisco. During their conversation, Lurie emphasized the importance of role models. Cities thrive when young people believe they can achieve extraordinary things, he said. Eileen shows what dedication, creativity, and resilience can accomplish. GU responded with her characteristic confidence and warmth. She spoke about the importance of community support in shaping young athletes. I grew up with mentors who encouraged me to dream big, she said. Every kid deserves that opportunity. The exchange was brief but powerful. For many in attendance, it symbolized the potential for partnerships between city leadership and influential figures to inspire the next generation.